Hello, elements. We've made it to the last lesson of the year. And I just want to make sure that you understand the instructions. I think you're going to enjoy the lesson because there's a lot of choice with what you want to take a little bit more of an interest in finding out about related to the Civil War. And I think you're going to find that the apply part of this lesson isn't too terribly taxing since it is the last lesson. But anyway, just wanted to kind of say hello. And now I'll take myself off the screen and let's get started with what you have in store this week. We are still focused on the major events and effects of the Civil War for this lesson. The resources are all embedded in the lesson itself. So let's go ahead and look at what you have in store this week. What we've put together is a Civil War tic-tac-toe grid. So I'm sure you've played that game before. It basically affords you the opportunity to look at three videos of your choice in a tic-tac-toe arrangement. So diagonally, or any of the columns, or any of the rows. And you can see these are the choices. We've got both one on the Union leaders and the Confederate leaders. Some of those you had to point out last week in the lesson when you were looking at the various battles and who some of the key leaders were on each of the sides of the North and the South. Maybe you want to look a little bit more into some of those, so there's an opportunity for that. Photography in the Civil War. The Civil War is the first war where we actually had photography. So that one's kind of interesting. We look at women in the Civil War and the important role that they played. The Civil War medicine. Believe it or not, there was a lot learned in the Civil War related to medicine, and this goes into some of that area. Appomattox, the surrender. Basically, that's going to be one that you all have to do because it is in the center. And we felt that that was an important one as the war ended. We want you to understand how that came about. Another interesting one of sharpshooters and skirmishes in the Civil War, the importance of African American soldiers in the Civil War. And then this last one on the corner is just Civil War soldier life in general and what that was all about. So, again, you have the opportunity to click on any three of those in a tic tac toe arrangement. And then the apply part is filling in this little chart, um, telling us which three you actually viewed, and then just coming up with what you felt were three important or key points from each of those three videos that you chose to view and learn something a little bit more related to the Civil War. That's it, guys. Again, we wanted to make it fairly easy, allow you some choice, but delve into some important related topics to the Civil War. Now, there's some optional enrichment below the chart that you have to fill out, and that's honestly just some additional video clips. One that talks a little bit more about the effects of the war, a few that I provided that talk about Lincoln's assassination, which sadly followed very shortly after the end of the Civil War. And then I also included the website where I got most of those videos on your tic tac toe grid. And it does allow you more investigation of the Civil War itself, but also actually it delves into the American Revolutionary War and the War of 1812. So that's really it for this lesson. Um, with it being the end of the year, we wanted to keep it simple, but I also want to thank you for how hard you've worked. With this being the last lesson, I just think it's important that you understand my appreciation for being thrown into a virtual classroom unannounced and still giving it your best, trying hard. Those of you who got a little confused made sure that you asked the questions that you needed. And I just really appreciated that you took it upon yourself to keep on learning and keep on growing in American history. So I want to end my introductory video for the lesson with a big, giant thank you. Um, if you have any questions on the lesson or if you have any problems with the links, please make sure that you contact me and let me know. But enjoy it. And again, thanks for all your effort. Bye.